Assalamualaikum and hi. Today our group will be presenting on a very important and current issue in occupational safety, health and environment, which is climate change. Let's get started. Before we begin, let us introduce our group members. Nur Anis Yasmin binti Talib, Nur Yasmin binti Abdul Razak, Nurul Fatin Hasinah binti Saibon, Nurul Ain SYAZREEN binti NORULHISHAM, and SABRINA binti SHAMSUDIN. Together, we hope to give you a clear understanding of how climate change is becoming a major OSHE issue and what actions we can take to address it. Here is the agenda for our presentation today.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Anis Yasmin binti Talib and I will start with the introduction. Today we'll be talking about how climate change driven by human activities like the burning of fossil fuels is causing serious impact on the workplace. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events and increased risks like heat stress, UV exposure and air pollution are becoming major safety concerns for workers across many industries. And to address these challenges, effective occupational safety and health OSHE systems like ISO 45001 play a critical role. This is by implementing strong policies, safety measures, and continuous improvement processes, organization, and can help protect their workers from climate-related risks and create a safer, healthier working environments. Let's explore this important topic in more detail.
We will be discussing the factor contributing to workplace hazard due to climate change. Specifically, we will focus on three key issues: heat stress, UV exposure, and air pollution. Lastly, extreme weather event. First, let's look at heat stress. Rising global temperature pose a major risk, particularly for outdoor and physically demanding jobs such as construction and agriculture. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat can impair both physical and mental performance. Additionally, dehydration further worsens the condition, especially when workers have limited access to water or are required to wear heavy protective gear that traps heat and interferes with the body's natural cooling system. Next, we turn to UV exposure and air pollution. Climate change has led to the thinning of the ozone layer, allowing more harmful radiation to reach the Earth's surface. This is particularly concerning for workers in tropical regions who face prolonged exposure, increasing their risk of several health issues such as skin cancer and heart-related illness. Air pollution, primarily caused by emission of pollutants like carbon dioxide, can further worsen the situation by contributing to respiratory diseases. More air quality puts workers at higher risk of health complications, affecting their well-being and productivity. Finally, extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe due to climate change. Events such as flood not only pose direct physical threat to workers but also disrupt the overall work environment. For example, flood can increase the risk of electric shock and create respiratory hazard due to exposure to smoke, mold, or contaminated air. This condition add to this danger that workers face in affected areas.
There are three impacts of climate changes. Firstly, impact of heat stress. For workers, it can lead to serious health problems such as heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and cardiovascular issues. It reduces physical strength, mental focus, and increases the risk of accident, especially during physical demanding tasks. Over time, workers may also experience emotional stress, low morale, job dissatisfaction, and burnout due to constant discomfort and fatigue. For organizations, this results in lower productivity as workers need more frequent breaks and shorter working hours during hot periods. It also increases operational costs due to higher medical claims, insurance expenses, and employee compensation. In the long term, Frequent heat-related incidents can lead to more workplace accidents and higher staff turnover. Second, impacts of UV exposure and air pollution. For workers, outdoor workers face higher risk of sunburn, skin cancer, eye damage, and respiratory diseases like asthma and heart problems due to stronger UV rays and worsening air pollution. For organizations may face increased medical costs, more sick leave, reduced productivity, and greater legal responsibility if proper protective measures are not provided. And lastly, impacts of extreme weather events. For workers face higher risk of injuries, heat-related illness and accidents due to floods, extreme heat, strong winds and lightning. Constant exposure to dangerous weather also causes emotional stress and anxiety. While for organizations, it experiences project delays, transport disruptions, equipment damage, higher repair, and medical costs. Frequent weather hazards also reduce productivity and increase operational risk.
Assalamualaikum. My name is SABRINA binti SHAMSUDIN and I'm going to present on solution of climate change. Malaysia has already taken several proactive steps to address the impacts of climate change on occupational safety, health, and the environment, particularly focusing on outdoor workers. Firstly, the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, or DOSH, has issued specific guidelines to help employees manage heat stress risks. These include conducting heat stress awareness training for employees, adjusting work schedule to reduce outdoor activities during the hottest hour of the day, and making sure that workers stay properly hydrated and take regular rest breaks. In higher risk sector, like construction, employees are also required to conduct risk assessment, especially during the hot season. Secondly, the National Environmental Health Action Plans, or NEHAP, are being updated to include new climate-sensitive health concerns. This update focuses on issues such as UV radiation exposure, air pollution, and recommend that outdoor workers be provided with appropriate personal protective equipment. These include UV blocking clothing, hat, and face masks to help minimize exposure to harmful environmental factors. To further address climate-related risks, the Malaysian Meteorological Department, known as MET Malaysia, has significantly improved its weather forecasting and early warning system. These include issuing timely alerts for extreme weather events like flood, thunderstorm, and heat wave. This warning allows companies to plan safer work schedule and take necessary precautions to protect their workers. Finally, on a broader scale, Malaysia is promoting the adoption of international and national OSHE management standards, including ISO 45001 and MS 1722. This standard help ensure that employers actively monitor environmental risks, involve workers in safety planning, and respond quickly when hazards are identified. While this solution represents meaningful progress, it is clear that more adaptive and long-term measures will be needed as the impact of climate change continues to intensify.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is HASINAH with SAIBON. In this section, we will discuss several key recommendations to strengthen occupational safety and health practices in response to the growing threat of climate change, particularly the risks posed by extreme heat in outdoor work environments. Firstly, OSHE regulation must be strengthened. Current guidelines provided by the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, or DOSH, are often voluntary. We recommend transforming this into legally enforceable regulation to ensure consistent compliance across all industries. It is also vital to make heat risk assessments mandatory, especially for sectors involving outdoor labor such as construction, agriculture, and logistics. Every workplace should be required to develop a site-specific emergency response plan to deal with heat-related incidents. In addition, we propose the government to set legal temperature thresholds when temperatures exceed a certain limit. Employers should be legally required to modify or stop outdoor work to prevent heat stress and heat stroke. Secondly, we recommend a restructuring of work schedules. Labor-intensive tasks should be rescheduled to cooler parts of the day, such as early mornings or late afternoons. This can significantly reduce the risk of heat exhaustion. We also suggest enforcing mandatory and frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned areas to help workers recover and rehydrate. Third, there is an urgent need to improve on-site hydration and cooling facilities. All work sites should be equipped with sufficient drinking water station and electrolyte solutions to prevent dehydration. Moreover, installing portable fans, misting system, or even mobile air conditioning units can help lower body temperature and provide comfort to workers during extreme heat. Fourth, we cannot overlook the importance of training and awareness. Employers should provide regular training to both workers and supervisors on how to recognize early symptoms of heat-related illness, such as dizziness, confusion, and excessive sweating. Employees must also be educated on emergency response procedures, including how to assist a co-worker if experiences heat stroke. These efforts are essential to build a safety-first culture across all levels of the workforce. Lastly, a single solution is not enough. We recommend a multi-pronged approach that combines strong policy enforcement, operational adjustments, upgraded infrastructure, and continuous educations. By aligning all these strategies, we can create a more resilient and responsive OSHE system that protects our workers in the face of climate change.
In conclusion, dealing with the effects of climate change on worker safety and health is not just about following rules, it's also about doing the right thing. By protecting workers, we help to keep them healthy, make sure businesses can keep running smoothly, and maintain a good reputation. As climate problems continue to grow, we need to find a new creative and sustainable ways to keep workplaces safe. Working together with others around the world is also important. This way, we can build a safer and stronger workplace, help to protect the environment, and also support the global goals for a better future.